All right, welcome to Ben and Wood's special live stream that Paulie asked if we jump on, and we just got the news. Just got the news that Dylan Cease is a San Diego Padre, and we don't know who we gave up yet for him. I have heard so far. I've seen on Twitter from somebody that knows AJ Preller pretty well. He said Snelling and Head.
I like Head.
And then I just got a DM from somebody that I know and trust, and they said Thorpe. And I went, oh no, the torpedo. He got my beloved Thorpe. So I don't have a clue. Ken Rosenthal just tweeted because, well, Ken Rosenthal absolutely loathes the Padres in every move they make. Although not yet known, the return package for Dylan Cease is reportedly steep, according to Ken Rosenthal. Ben, your thoughts?
First of all, I don't think you sound excited enough. This is big news. We need to get our heads right. Hello, San Diego. Let's get going here.
Well, listen, we have a 4-fucking-hour show tomorrow, plus a 1-hour fucking roundtable. So I figured we would just do it then.
We're all hoping that the return is palatable and not devastatingly bad. I think that AJ Preller has enough guys that are completely untouchable. Snelling makes some sense. The fact that they didn't have him up at the end of spring told me that, they weren't planning on starting the season with him. So they were probably talking trade, maybe even in the last couple of weeks. Thorpe, not making the team at the last second. He could be in trade talks as well. Dylan Head, he's very young, but is a long way away from the big league. So all of those names make sense. The names that don't make sense would be Jackson Merrill, Ethan Salas. I think Dylan Lesko, we keep hearing the Padres are very high on him. I'd be surprised if he was in the return. But to get a guy like Dylan Cease, you're going to have to give up some big prospects. So this is a gamble by AJ Preller. But, ultimately it gives the Padres a rotation that now looks like one of the better starting rotations in baseball. They have a bullpen that looks like one of the better bullpens in baseball. And they have a lineup that's anchored by 3 potential MVP players. All of a sudden, this looks like a playoff team. I mean, am I crazy by saying that?
No, God dang.
That's what it looks like now.
So this morning you crowned Jackson Merrill Rookie of the Year. And tonight you are crowning us a playoff team. There is still so much work to be done and still so many questions to be answered.
Thorpe is officially, according to Morosi, going to the White Sox in the deal. So
motherfucker, really? Come on.
We've only known him for a couple of months, so I think the sting will go down a little bit, but obviously he had a really good spring and people were excited about him. But Dylan Cease, I think the key is he's going to be a Padre for the next 2 seasons of control. His salary this year is $8 million, which keeps the Padres under that luxury tax number. It's the best possible move you could make right now without going over the luxury tax, essentially, for the Padres.
Not Jairo Iriarte as well.
I haven't seen anything else other than Thorpe from Morosi right now.
No fucking way. Iriarte
anything.
Iriarte and Thorpe. Woo! Is that right?
So this is interesting because I'm kind of leaning towards Ben's side here, where all of a sudden I look at this rotation and I think it goes without saying, guys need to step up that were here last year, got to have better years. But all of a sudden, are we really thinking this team is a playoff contender? I didn't know we were one Dylan Cease away.
I didn't either.
From being a playoff contender. I didn't feel that way this morning, but now that it's happening, I can see myself going there in my head.
The outfield is still, 2 spots out there still fairly questionable. I love our infield. I love a lot of our bullpen. But yeah, who's our DH when Manny's back? Like, there's still a lot to do. So this is a good comment here. Loans by Sean says he thinks it's a bad trade. Cease is a 4 ERA pitcher, but he's been a Cy Young candidate as early as like a year, 2 years. He had a bad year last year, plays on a shit team. him in our ballpark with Niebla at the helm, and I know he's had a better spring this year. I'm excited for the deal. Don't get me wrong. I'm really excited for the deal. He's potentially really nasty, and he's going to slide in what 2, 3, like
wherever you want. I mean,
wherever you want.
He's got the stuff to be a number one.
Yes.
His numbers the last 3 seasons are very comparable, or even better than Blake Snell's over the last 3 seasons. So you're essentially getting a guy like Blake Snell, right-handed, but cheaper and controllable for the next 2 seasons.
Yeah, and I think, and again, $8 million, like we said this morning on our 4-hour radio show, and we'll revisit it tomorrow on our other 4-hour radio show plus an hour. That we will we needed desperately a guy that was capable of throwing 150 to 170, and maybe even 180 innings. And so you got him, and not just an innings eater, like good quality innings. So yeah, I think that look, I think Thorpe and Iriarte I love Drew Thorpe. I really was excited to get to know him and watch him pitch, but I like Dylan Cease a lot too. Just 2 years, premier starter. I'm fine with it. Let's ride.
What was the point of trading Juan Soto? It was to rebuild the starting rotation. And AJ Preller has done that with that trade. Michael King, and now via Drew Thorpe, getting Dylan Cease. You've rebuilt the starting rotation. Jairo Iriarte is, from all accounts, looking really good. We didn't know who he was a year ago, though. He's a 100%. Newer prospect who has kind of jumped onto the scene in the last year and took some steps up, which is good. I'm sure the White Sox are very high and excited to have him. But essentially, neither of those guys were anywhere near the top of your prospect list 5 months ago or 10 months ago. And now you've got an elite pitcher for 2 seasons in Dylan Cease. And Dylan Cease has elite stuff. Whether or not his ERA was 4 last season, it could be 3.5 this year. It could be 2.5 this year. He's going to strike out a lot of batters. He's got good stuff. He gets people to swing and miss. All the experts, Eno Saris, everybody says he's got good stuff. He's a well above average pitcher, maybe even an elite pitcher. To me, this is a really exciting move if you're the Padres and a Padres fan.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's weird. I was always, trade your prospects. I was pretty excited about those 2 guys. And I think the White Sox got a couple of really good arms, but again, man, they're prospects for a reason. Dylan Cease has proven. It's nice to see that our GM's still alive and making moves and has the ability to add some payroll, because I really was starting to question it. So Cease is a Boris client. He's got $8 million this year, and then he's got what? ARB at
an ARB next year, which will be a raise depending on how he performs this year.
Okay. Lenny from Louisville says Ben has a rad guitar. That's not Ben. That is my guitar. Lenny.
Did you steal my guitar, Woods? Why do you have my guitar?
Ridiculous. I told you about the guy the other night when I was in the box that came up to the glass and goes, Ben! And I go, I'm Woods. Ben was in goal last week.
So do you think this move, does this give you any inkling in your brain that AJ Preller, I mean, we kind of all said it, he's alive. We know that now. We can confirm that he is awoken from his off-season slumber. Does this move tell you that he's got more tricks up his sleeve somehow, like a Tommy Pham? Like, crazy. If you're going to go for it, right?
Well,
we're just talking about if this team's a contender.
You're only adding $8 million. And you're clearly, this is a move that keeps you under that luxury tax. I don't know that it changes anything about that. If you want to keep some flexibility for the rest of the season, you can't do much more after this. I mean, unless Tommy's willing to sign for, $5 million, and Tommy's not the kind to necessarily shortchange himself. I don't know if you can add a premium left fielder or even an established left fielder at this point. You may have to trust a combination of Jurickson, Profar.
Why wouldn't there be enough room to add another player? With the $8 million, I mean, weren't we estimating they had about 20 to spend?
Yeah, they should have about 12. But if you want to have any flexibility to make a move at the deadline, you can't be right up against that number on opening day. You've got to give yourself a bit of a wiggle room. They could still do something for sure. I just don't know that this means they're all in. They're going for it. Anything goes. You can sign anyone at this point. I mean, this is a very reasonable financial deal.
Yeah.
With the cost being prospects, not cash this time.
Yeah,
it
for
absolutely
sure.
tells me that they're all in because you only have them for 2 years. So like that means they're trying to contend for the next 2 years, right?
Could be that they're more all in next year as well. Given more flexibility and no more luxury tax penalties, it could ramp up the idea of making a bigger move for next season as opposed to this year. And remember, they could be going after Roki Sasaki next year. Still could be, with Musgrove and Darvish still, pushing their prime years. And I know Darvish is getting near the end of it. They could put together a phenomenal rotation. It's already really good. Could be unbelievable by next season. If Lesko comes up or Snelling still and is on the team and ends up being one of their top pitchers, they could have a absolutely killer starting rotation in the next, even by the end of this season. If a Snelling or a Lesko comes up late in this year, they could have a monster rotation this year.
Well, and that's the best part, man. It's like our starting rotation now. You're like, oh, okay. I feel so good about that, and I feel really good about our bullpen. Now, all that shit can change in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like the bullpen can be horrific. I love this. I love our rotation. I love the arms of Thorpe and Iriarte, but I have to stick to like who I fundamentally am as a fan that says, oh, cool. You got rid of 2 arms that may never make it for a guy that's absolutely done it. Let's fucking ride. Let's ride. I'm excited. I've always liked Dylan Cease. Yeah, he's got a really cool mustache. He looks like he fucking belongs here making old fashions in North Park. Like I'm all for it. I can't wait to see him and watch him pitch here. And I'm all in. I'll miss you, Pyro, Iriarte, and Drew Thorpe, but I didn't even know you. And I wish you well on the South Side. And fuck it, man. Let's go. Like we have a rotation now that is it's a lot more competitive, and it makes you breathe a little bit more easy. Now, the offense still terrifies the shit out of me. I just have a feeling it's going to be so hot, so cold, so hot, so cold. That still makes me nervous, but I do feel a lot better today than I did earlier.
I love this move as it's currently at least reported. Iriarte and Thorpe for Cease. I love the move, but I am a greedy motherfucker because I still am like, I need one more bat. One more bat in this lineup before I can fully just embrace it and say, fuck it, let's ride.
What hasn't changed since this morning is this team is still very reliant on its star players having really good seasons, very reliant on having a healthy year. But you could say that about most teams in Major League Baseball, that even our contenders, there's not contenders out there. Well, hey, we're going to win the World Series even if our star players are crappy this year and all of our pitchers get hurt. You're not going to have a good year either way. But the Padres are particularly susceptible, but that's something you can't really avoid for the most part.
Now, are we 100% sure that Morosi knows what he's talking about? Because he is the one that said that Shohei was on the plane to Toronto, and the guy, like, I'm amazed he went to work again after that day. That was terrible.
Did the Padres actually trade one of the Shark Tank guys instead of the prospects? Another mistake here.
No, Jeter makes a good point because you can't ever have too much pitching, and we always know that, and we always run out of it somehow, and we always do. So
the difference.
I know Passan is Passan reporting that give.
No, he just reported the trade.
Just Morosi.
The Cease.
The Cease is coming, and the difference between filling 2 spots in a starting rotation with some combination of Brito, Waldron, Avila, Vasquez, and filling 1 spot in that starting rotation is absolutely huge. Less innings to fill. You take your pick of the guys who are really throwing well. It's a huge difference to have only 1 spot kind of unknown at the end of the rotation as opposed to 2.
Look at that handsome motherfucker right there. Look at that guy. Are you shitting me? Are you kidding me? Wow.
Bang.
Now, I think one other big question, I don't know the answer to this, is will Dylan Cease get to Korea? there seems to be almost no chance that he'd get to the plane in time to join the team. Obviously, you can book a commercial flight and get him over there in the next couple of days. I do believe players they're given some time, a day or two, before they have to report to their new team. So he's under no obligation to fly immediately to join the Padres. And if he doesn't get there in the next 2 or 3 days, there's really no point in flying all the way over to Korea, being jet lagged for a day or two, and then being counted on to pitch. But it's also not out of the realm of possibility that he could come out of the bullpen in one of those 2 days if they are able to get him over there to face the Dodgers.
Braden says Bob Nightingale reported it based off of Morosi. I'm surprised that Bob took a break from absolutely blowing the Dodgers and every move. Is he a beat reporter for them now? Because for 2 weeks, all I've seen is just like everything. He's like, oh, Max Muncy went 2 for 3, and this guy struck out 3 guys, and blah, blah, blah.
Mookie Betts fielded a ground ball.
Yeah. Christopher says Ben needs to curse. He did it on the member stream, so you guys should subscribe, and he'll do it again. So I guess little kids are listening right now.
Don't make promises that you can't keep, Woods.
I know, that's true.
He did say it once. He said it once.
I did. I made that promise, and I did it. I haven't made that promise again, though.
Well, I'm excited. Like, I'm excited because we haven't done jack shit. We haven't done jack shit in what seemed like 2 months. And like, we're in there every day. Like, I don't know, maybe this guy can make the rotate. Like, it just feels good to like breathe again and get a move. Seriously, like I know, and it's Dylan Cease, by the way. It's not some schlep rock. Like, it's Dylan Cease. Like, I think he can be really, really good here. I'm excited. I'm really excited about it.
It's wild how spoiled we got, though, with AJ Preller wheeling and dealing every offseason.
It's crazy.
Nothing's changed.
We have one quiet offseason, and we're all ready to lose our fucking minds.
It's another huge AJ offseason.
You guys, what did you say? I didn't hear you.
What did I say?
Yes.
I said nothing's changed. He's made a Juan Soto trade and a Dylan Cease trade this offseason. Yeah. That would be a career for some GMs. He's done it again. It's another AJ offseason.
No, I mean, but you got to admit, it's slow for him. Like, it's really slow for him. Want to hear? Yeah, somebody wants me to sing a Dylan Cease song. I don't know what to play for Dylan Cease.
When you pick up the guitar, I'm leaving and getting back to work. I got TV hits to get to, so once the guitar comes out, I'm done.
It's so good, too, that other teams like the Yankees and the Rangers, the Giants, I guess, were in on him, too.
Yeah.
And the Padres went in and just, boom, smacked them. Bye, Ben.
Bye, Ben.
I feel good.
I'm trying to see if I can find Dylan Cease's walk-up music, like his
it's probably
intro.
like Mumford and Sons. He looks like he listens to Mumford and Sons.
It's the Lumineers.
Sure. Yeah. The Lumineers. That's way out of tune. I'm excited, Paulie.
I'm extremely excited.
And now
Steven Wilson gone is what the chat is saying. Right
now. No.
Dennis Lynn, holy shit. Okay. That changes things a little bit. Dennis Lynn reports Steven Wilson is expected to go to the White Sox in the Dylan Cease deal, according to sources. Thorpe and Iriarte also headed to Chicago.
No.
Huh.
Holy shit. Now I'm sad. Yeah, that changes the tune on the guitar.
I mean, you still make that trade, right? I think with all the additions to the bullpen that you already made this year, you needed a frontline type starting pitcher that can give you innings. But damn.
No, I'm really sad.
I had completely written it off in my head. It was going to be just nothing but prospects, like maybe 3 or 4 total, but just nothing but prospects.
Me too. Yeah, Estrada gets in now. That's good. We got Wandy, Matsui. Yeah, Matsui is. I mean, somebody said Usopp go. I just don't. No, I mean, yeah, Wilson makes me sad because I've seen him do it at the big league level, and I have not seen Iriarte and Thorpe do it at the big league level. I know Steven Wilson's capable, but that sucks. I mean, I like the dude. I like the dude too.
Do you think there could be? Do you think there could be more coming from Chicago? If is that a fair 3-for-1 in your opinion?
I don't know shit. I know nothing. I really know. Like big league talent for big league talent. Yeah, I'm still very happy with the deal. It sucks. Steven Wilson was a guy. We found him. AJ found him. He can identify those guys in his sleep. I'm not too worried about it.
The bullpen is really, with Ben Fritz running the bullpen and Ruben Niebla kind of looking over everybody.
Yeah,
I'm not too worried about it. I like the additions that they've made. They have a way of just getting guys that can fill in and become pretty elite relief pitchers. You get a chance to go get somebody. You lost so many innings. We have talked about it ad nauseum all offseason. You lost so many innings, especially from your starting rotation. Unproven guys for a full year like Michael King, Brito, Vasquez. Like, I love the addition of Dylan Cease.
I mean, people are like, "Oh, you're mad about Wilson." I just like the dude. I like him. He's a good dude. Like,
I mean, we didn't know him 3 weeks ago. Like,
can we replace him? Can we replace him in 15 minutes? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
The other thing too is I feel bad for the guys going to Chicago. Like Steven Wilson is like, "Oh, cool, playing on this fucking team now." Like, great. Oh, dude, and I just remembered that we're like, so you're definitely on this team now. Like, you got nothing to worry about. Remember? And he's like, I don't know, bro. I still get a little uncomfortable. Fuck. And now he's like, Chicago's a great city, but pitching for the White Sox would be fucking terrible. The South Side is the South Side, and I feel bad for him because I really like the dude. That's a rough get. But yeah, his strikes. Yeah, Hunter, you're right. The velo was a little bit down. He was working on. What was he working on? Working on new pitch. I can't remember. Splitty, maybe. But yeah,
I don't remember.
I would love to see like another bat coming back or whatever. I don't know. Fuck it. I'm excited. Like our rotation is way better right now than it was an hour ago. Way better. Way better. I mean, it lengthens everything.
Just the top 3 alone, I would put up against most teams with Darvish, Musgrove, and now Cease. We've all got high hopes for Michael King, but we're expecting him to take a pretty big step forward this year. Not that I'm saying I think he can do it, but we just haven't seen it yet to this point.
Well, you know what? All I needed to know is right here, and I'll tell you. Sarah says, I'm still in on Dylan Cease. Command not as sticky year to year. Good thing in his case. And his stuff was still there despite some downticks in velo and K percentage among starters. Last year in stuff plus, 19th in strikeout rate. He likes the move. He says, also says, stuff is down. Still got a really sexy strikeout rate. He's got some of the best stuff in the big leagues. Sounds good to me, bud.
Yeah. I'll take that. And I bet his stuff plays well at Petco Park.
100%. 100%.
Marine layer. All that shit.
Yeah.
I like it.
He's gonna like pitching here. He's gonna like pitching here. All right. Let's go to bed. Like let's let everybody go. We're gonna be on at 6.
We're full reaction show tomorrow.
Amir, I heard he can boost his velo if he touches his butthole. That is a throwback to today's show. And we will be on at 6.
Okay.
I guess, look, we're going to have to go right into this tomorrow. No lube tomorrow. You get no foreplay. We're going pants off. We're going right to it. So, yeah, we're going to be fine. We're going to kick this show off tomorrow at 6 a.m. Getting in this. Thank you guys. Hope you had fun. I wish we could stay here all night.
All of you hopping in.
We'll be back tomorrow. Love you. Go listen to the 97 Man. Bye.